Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, this is a little bit different. I'm playing Marvel Rivals, and I'm going to be talking about my main, which is Black Panther. I think this character is sleeper OP. If you watch tier lists on this game, which I don't know, they're kind of all full of crap, but most people don't have this character very high, or it'll be like near the middle. I think this character is definitely one of the best DPS. Everybody's talking about Spider-Man, especially Hela, Winter Soldier, Punisher, Hawkeye. Everybody's talking about those characters. Nobody's talking about Black Panther though. And I'm going to show you guys why that's a problem. This character is overpowered. It's not saying much in this game because everything's OP, but this character's built different. I'm going to have some clips in here. I'm going to have some gameplay and some explaining so you can kind of understand this character at least to a beginner / intermediate level. But let's get straight into it.
HP.
I'm going to disengage. Alright.
I disengage too.
My aim is true.
I'm out again. Back on Adam Warlock because he res himself. He's dead. I'm out.
My aim is true. God may have his totem back. My aim is true.
I killed myself.
Tremble before fire. Yes. My aim is true. Tremble before fast. You are not my kind of king. Born again. Tremble before fast. Never miss.
But yeah, as you can see, this character is hyper mobile. It's super easy to get in and out and then back in again in the fight. Very easy to pick off key targets like squishies. But unlike Spider-Man, this character is still good in the brawl against multiple enemies at the same time. I'll get into that. Just know that this character is still an assassin type character. You definitely still want to play them in a way that's prioritizing those key targets, but he has that advantage over a character like Spider-Man where he's still good into multiple targets at the same time. I should mention, this character is probably among the harder characters to play, but is not anywhere near Spider-Man level difficulty. It just kind of comes down to knowing combos and knowing how your abilities interact with each other and knowing the best ones for certain scenarios. There aren't insane combos or like any like timings or any of that kind of weird stuff that you might get with Spider-Man. Spider-Man does have his advantages over this character. I'm just comparing them a lot because they're kind of similar in that assassin type role. Spider-Man is just a lot better at mobility, but is not as good at sticking to people in the fight on average, and is also not as good against multiple targets at the same time.
Prepare yourself.
With all of that out of the way, let's get into this character and his actual abilities. So, obviously this is Black Panther. His difficulty rating is 4 stars, although that's irrelevant. And I'm going to start right off with his Spirit Rend. So, this is his bread and butter. This is his dash. This attack right here. This is how you're going to be doing like 80% of your damage with this character. This is like, yeah, basically this is how you're going to be attacking people mostly. Spirit Rend is a dash that goes forward and deals damage to all enemies in its path, going through an infinite amount of them. And if the enemy has a Vibranium mark, which we'll get into, hitting them with the dash will give bonus health and refresh the ability's cooldown. This refresh is infinite until you use the ability, so it's not like it's on a timer where I need to use it within a certain amount of time and it goes away again, so I can hold on to it after I get it back. This ends up being really good, and we'll talk about the abilities that give you that Vibranium mark to allow it to do that. First off is Spinning Kick. This ability right here. So, the Spinning Kick, you do that little swiping kick, and then you charge forward, and as you can see, I can turn during the animation of it. So, it's pretty good for engaging while also applying the Vibranium mark. And it does pretty respectable damage. I'll show it right here actually, once it comes back up. Definitely not bad, especially considering the fact that that gives you a dash and a dash reset.
You were not blessed.
And next up for applying Vibranium Mark, we have Spear Toss. That's my right click. You toss a vibranium spear forward and it creates a force field that attaches the vibranium mark to all enemies within its radius. So that's this right here.
Bast, guide my
Applies
spear.
that mark. I can do 2 dashes off that. Very good.
I am your
You basically
king
have
now.
2 ways of applying the vibranium mark, and actually you get 2 charges of spear toss, so make that 3. You can see the time that they come back there at the bottom right. Not too bad. That's their way of applying vibranium mark at a range, and also easily hitting multiple people as well. It's very easy to weave into combos, and I'll get into that in a
We
bit.
are in the front.
But to just
Prepare
finish up here,
yourselves.
I'll get to the rest of the abilities, and next I'll talk about Subtle Step. This is basically a passive because it doesn't ever go on a cooldown, but it allows you to run vertically up walls, and after you come off a wall in this way, you get a double jump. So that looks like this. I hold space, it lets me run up the wall, and then at any point while I'm falling, I can double jump. This is actually very good, especially since your main mobility tools, being your shift and your E, you kind of want to use to hit people, unless you're disengaging completely and you're willing to not have abilities. So having another way of moving around that isn't offensive entirely is really nice. You can use this to get into flanking positions. You can use this to set up your combo by looking for your abilities off of that double jump, and you can even get ults off with it. Speaking of the ult, let's get into that now. That is Bast's Descent. Summon Bast, it pounces forward, dealing damage, and also attaches a vibranium mark to hit enemies, and it refreshes your dash. So if I use my dash, and I want a way to get it back, I can just ult. And it also puts that mark on them, which gives me an easy way in,
Victory belongs
and
to
I
honor.
can use those marks to get my dash reset. Very strong kit. And to round it all off, we have the passive, which is you deal more damage while you are at low health. If I remember correctly, this amount is 100, so once I get to 100 health, I will deal bonus damage. It's pretty noticeable. I'll just do an auto there, and then I'll do an auto here, and you can see the difference in the damage they took. It's pretty noticeable when you consider the fact that this is going to be on every single hit that I'm doing to these enemies. Not a bad kit at all, especially considering the fact that each time you're dashing on an enemy with vibranium mark, you're getting bonus health, and that bonus health does not override the effect. So if I'm at that 100 health threshold and I'm getting over health from my vibranium marks and I'm going to like 200 health, I'll still have my passive procced. Very, very strong kit.
Wakanda.
With that out of the way, let's get into the actual like play style of this character and how you're going to like do all of this stuff that I'm talking about and what I showed in the clips. So he's pretty much a backline assassin, kind of like Spider-Man, except unlike Spider-Man, you don't have to fear multiple enemies. Like usually with Spider-Man, you're not going to take a fight unless it's a 1v1 or maybe a 1v2. This character doesn't really care if there's a lot of enemies, because a lot of enemies can actually help you in some cases, which I'll get into. But ideally, you're going to want the 1v1s, 1v2s. Isolate those fights. A way it would look, just as an example, you throw your spear in, that lets you dash and get a reset, and you go in with your E for the kick, that gets a reset, and then you want to dash again. Basically, you want to alternate your dashes between your right click and your E. I would suggest that you mainly use your right click when you're trying to get a mark to start the fight, and whenever the enemies are grouped up. You can go in with the kick and have that be your way of starting the fight, because it also gives you mobility. But I would suggest keeping your E as a way to stick to the enemy. So like, for example, this Luna Snow, right? If she's running forward, she gets that speed boost. There's no way for me to keep up with her unless I use my shift or my E. If I used my E to go in and apply the mark, she could just run away and I would have to sacrifice my dash to keep up. And if she didn't have a mark on her, because let's say I already did use my dash and it took that mark away, then if I'm keeping up with her by dashing, that's it. I don't have anything else unless I have my ult, right? So I would suggest spearing to start the fight, because then if I dashed in and I wanted to close the gap because she started running, I have my E still, and I can use that again to get my dash, right? So a way it would look, another example, let's just say I came out of like a window or something,
My aim is true.
right? It's pretty simple, really. You just want to alternate between your spear, dash, E, dash, spear, dash. And then you have your ult, which resets your dash and applies more marks. So let me get into how that would look with the ult. When you do have your ult, you can be a lot more aggressive, obviously. This ult is pretty strong, and what it allows you to do is very strong. So you can basically not have to worry about hitting a mark when you have your ult and you're willing to use it. Because I can just dash in and not hit a mark, so I'm not going to get a reset of my dash. But because I have my ult, that resets my dash and applies the mark so that I can then dash and then get it back from hitting the mark, right? So you can just be really aggressive. So a combo could look like this, right? You would do it like normal, dash, dash, ult, and then if that was to hit other people that didn't die, I have my dash back, even though I didn't hit a mark with my dash. It's a lot of like words, but this character is pretty versatile, and you can find a lot of different combos and a lot of different ways of playing, but pretty much your bread and butter is that right there. That's how you're going to dive and kill most squishies. You're going to throw a spear, you're going to dash in after that, you're going to press your E to mark again, and you're going to dash off that. Now you have your dash again. If your dash ever hit more than one person, you can go back and forth like that. And to talk about that, I'm going to go over here. So right here we have two guys. This is where this character actually gets strong in a different reason. So aside from 1v1, a 1v2 is also strong. If you're using your brain, every time you dash and hit a mark, you get your dash reset. So if you dash on purposely to only hit one marked person at a time, I can just use my right click or even my E one time and mark several enemies and only dash and hit that mark on one person at a time and keep on resetting. So like for example, if one of these was a tank and one of these was a squishy, I could throw my right click in the middle, hit both of them. I could dash in a way where I hit the squishy first, right? So like let's say that was the squishy, that was the tank. I could throw my right click here. I could dash like this, hit the squishy. That would reset because he has a mark. Then I could dash through the squishy to hit the tank. That would reset it because the tank has a mark. And then I could dash back to the squishy again. So you can do things like that. And if it's a big team fight with like 5, 6 enemies, something insane, you can just, multiply that. So like, right, I didn't hit it because I fell off the ledge, but you get what I'm saying. Absolutely insane. If there's more enemies, you just do the abilities more times and go absolutely insane. But yeah, that kind of shows the strength of fighting multiple people. Also, each time you hit a mark, right, you're getting that 40 overhealth. So the more marked enemies that you're able to hit, the more overhealth you're going to get, up to a cap, right? So very strong brawling character, very strong, like you could just go in even on a group, it doesn't matter. With that out of the way though, let's get into the fun part, which is actually playing the game. I'm going to be showing some gameplay and having a commentary over this, kind of talking about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun. This character does have a team up with Magic where you get to use like a knockoff version of her portal. You get bonus health based on how much health you're missing, and it also teleports you a few seconds back, kind of like Tracer Recall, but it's temporary health. It is pretty nice, like if you go in and you're like, wait, I don't want to be here, you can get out pretty easy, and it's very good at like confusing the enemies as well. Ultimately though, you kind of want to play this character with other dive characters, like you could do it with Spider-Man, you could do it with Iron Fist, things like that. Mantis is really good because she can put your healing on you and then you can dive in and you're still getting the healing. The same thing with the damage boost. And with a Loki on my team, I'll actually speak to that. And he's actually a decent counter to Loki because you can Vibranium mark the clones and dash between the clones over and over and over again, which is pretty funny. So you can like mess his teammates up if they're near his clones and just keep dashing. I like to go over here before the round starts, and I wait for the healers to run out of spawn, and I go on them. So I'm gonna go in with my spear first, then I'm gonna dash, do my whole combo. They actually have a Loki. I'm just gonna get out. You can see they have a Loki there. He put his healing down though, which basically makes them immortal unless I break it. And I wasn't trying to do that, so. That was a Punisher with a shotgun, absolutely wrecked. I think he got rezzed by the, yeah he did. Rezzed by the Rocket Raccoon. I'm just gonna grab this to heal. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing again. You can see my ult's already 45%. That's another thing about this character. He generates ult super fast because his abilities are really good at hitting multiple people. Just gonna get out. We're gonna do the same thing again. We're just gonna keep annoying them. I didn't see any marks, so I'm just gonna get out. And we're gonna keep doing it because they don't seem to be catching on. I missed my dash, that's horrible. Oh! He's actually trying to counter me. We're not gonna let him know. Never mind, we are. I missed everything. The only downside is when there's inclines like that, because my kick went over his head. You can't angle the kick downward, sadly. It just goes in a forward line. But alright, let's get back in here. You can see I'm not really doing like a crazy amount of work, but the amount of paranoia I'm putting on them is crazy. They're like more worried about me than the objective, and that's part of this character, part of dive characters in general. Now I have my ult though, so let's see what we can do. I'm gonna try to attack from a different angle. The right angle is the best one in my opinion, but we can get other things going on that way they don't know where to look. Always good to mix it up eventually once they catch on. Okay. They have an Iron Fist now. He did not want to pull me in there.
Excellent. You hunt well for your age, Barnes.
It's a clone. Alright.
Yes.
You can see they just got absolutely dismantled. These guys are kind of getting crushed. I don't know. These guys are not that good. I might need to do more than one game. But, yeah. I don't really know what's going on, but he's about to be dead. Oh, I think he healed. Just gonna get out. Actually, hold up.
I only wish I had done it myself.
I want to wait for the squishies.
The enemy approaches.
Bring on the chaos.
My aim is true.
Oh, I did not get a reset. I wasn't sure if my dash reached Raccoon or not. It did not. But yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing, what the game plan is here. You can go through the front and like use the tank. Like I could spear the tank, dash to the tank, and then spear the backline and then dash to the backline and kind of pogo off the tank. That is a thing you can do. But obviously if you can just get straight to the backline, that's your best option. But you would get some health to start off the fight by doing that though because of the mark. I missed my mark on him. He is a little bit weak against flying characters, I will say, but you can snipe with the spear if you get good enough with it. Something to try to learn. I'm ass. Oh! Okay, I got the trade at least. I can't hit all the dashes, okay? Sometimes I do kind of suck. But it's okay. We're not doing horribly here.
Bast has favored me with another chance.
Just like a mix of like a good game and a horrible game. But you're kind of getting an idea of what's going on, why this character's strong. You're just really good against those squishies, and they don't know where to look because you're everywhere at once. How did I not get a reset off that Doctor Strange? That's actually bullcrap. Yeah, like, see that? He literally didn't know where to look. And there's, like, no skill in that. I'm just alternating my abilities. It makes you look so good, but it's so easy.
My aim is true. before fast.
Oh, I'm ass. I did not know where. I did not know where he went. Yeah, no, this character is so much fun though.
Lesson learned. Let's try something
You can
different.
stick with your shooting characters, but something about this,
Judge, jury, executioner.
something about this is just really strong. If I had like 2 more brain cells and like I was slightly more aware of what was going on at any given moment, it would be so much better. But even with my lackingness, you can kind of see the strength. I hope. I didn't get a reset there, I messed up.
Fast, guide my spear. My strength is renewed.
Okay. At this point, I like to go up here because I can wait. I can wait for them to get in this choke. I can see where the healers are.
Never miss.
Oh fuck. I was trying to look for who had a mark. I still messed it up. Someone's on point. Hold on.
I'll patch you up. Hey, idiots! Stop this thing in its tracks. Don't you dare let that thing through.
What the? We're kind of trolling here. Oh my god. He's too evasive. He's too evasive. My dash missed! Oh no. Yeah, the dash kind of misses and then you're kind of boned. You just gotta get the heck out of there. What? I'm so bad. You can see what I mean, right? It's a little bit of a skill shot. Sometimes. Yep. Even in his shotgun mode, he is no match. Because I am too evasive. I do need that healing though, really badly. And they're on the point. I'm kind of playing my own mini game here.
Powerful healing.
Playing back for round 2. I missed. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. You can see what I was trying to do there. I was trying to ult, get my dash back, and he one-shot me out of my ult.
Wait. The hunt is not over.
One-shot me out of my ult. All right, we won the round though. I'll meet you guys in game 2. Maybe this one will be a little bit better.
Shall not rest.
All right, y'all. Here we are in game 2. Hopefully we can get this one going crazy. I gotta catch back up to my team.
Just embrace the light.
All right. Got 4 seconds till we can go crazy. I see their support. I see another one. That's one. He's gonna hit a res, so I want to stalk him.
It's like the heart-shaped herb. Fast,
I did not get a reset. Can we do it? No, he's healing way too much. Dang. Missed one reset and you are screwed, but bro, he got messed up that first time.
The Jalia can wait. The hunt is not over.
Alright, let's see if we can go stupid here. I'm gonna go this way. Always look to abuse your jump.
Mutants. He has fallen. Tremble before fast. We each must do our part.
You can see we're going crazy right now. We're going crazy. We're not gonna get this kill, but bruh. I don't know. I think we kind of cooked. I only have 2 kills. I only have 2 kills in my name, but we
soul
cooked.
shall not rest yet.
Notice how I have 40% of my ult as well. That's just what this character does. You get all those multi-hits,
this my way.
your stuff just goes crazy. And like, there's not even really a lot of skill. I mean, yeah, I kind of had to like hunt out the person with a mark, and that takes some awareness, but it's not a ton of skill really. Avoid that ult, go over the wall. Yeah, always look for these times when you can avoid the sight lines, avoid abilities by hitting them jumps. Oh. I'm about to say, I do not have heals. Dang, she immune my spear. He hit her res. They're gonna res that 1 HP though. Oh, it's not gonna matter. Oh, I wanted to like hit him with the side of my dash so I could get out and reset still, but that did not work. Did not get a reset, bro. Still went crazy though. We hear him. I'm out. Didn't even want to reset there. I'm just stalling. He's probably gonna pop his overhealth. Never mind. Alright. Oh. That's actually good to know. The mark stays even when she goes in that immune state. She's dead. We're actually going crazy this game. Alright. It's not all trolling, guys. It's not all trolling, alright? You can't do great every game, but it's not all trolling. But yeah, guys, that's the video right there. I hope y'all found this useful. I hope y'all learned something about this character, and honestly, I hope y'all get out there and try whatever character you want. Screw these tier lists. It's all irrelevant. Bro, who cares what the meta is? We're here to have fun. It's a game. Sure, if you're trying to get like top 500, the meta is important. But if you get really good with a character, even if people don't like the character, even if people say it's subpar, if you get really good with that character and you really like it, you're going to win more than you lose. It's just the facts of the matter. Get out there and play what you want to play. Play it how you want to play it. Just don't troll. Have a good one, y'all.